US 1! Yeah! Alright, US 1. This is another US 1 video. Today, we'll be talking about the CeNtral section of US 1. So, we can see the whole route of US 1. It goes from Key West to Fort Kent, Maine, way up there. But the route that we'll be going from is from Raleigh, North Carolina to Philadelphia. So, both capitals. You're watching Super Reviews, so if you guys aren't sub, please sub. Because when we get to 1,000 subs, we are opening up a Discord server. Yeah, you guys are doing good. I think we're at 760 as of now, so doing good. Thank you guys. And you can request your extra intersection in the comments. It's free, and the future highlights will be on the community tab. And we do have a cool US 29 coming on Monday, so you're seeing some DC stuff today, but you'll see more DC with US 29 on Monday. Alright, let's do northbound US 1. So, we will make our way back to 440. We start here at the Raleigh State Capitol, North Carolina. And we do get a cool look at the Raleigh Convention Center, North Carolina Convention Center. Forgot the name. And I forgot to show this in a northbound southern video, but we do get a cool look of downtown Raleigh on 401 and US 70. And we made I-40, we're going to follow 40 west to get to US 1 for Cary and Durham. So those are fine cities. And we were at 440 for Raleigh, Cary, Wake Forest. 40 is going to RDU in Durham. But on US 1 and 440, we get East 4. But at least we do get the correct control city of Wake Forest. At random changes, I couldn't find a ton of stuff with 440 because there's a ton of construction, so we just get this. On miles sign, we get Glenwood Avenue on the bottom line at 2 miles away, so that is pretty sensible. And we leave 440, we're going to follow 401 for Lewisburg and Wake Forest. Okay. See, they do stick with it. We're getting 1 and 401 for Wake Forest and Lewisburg. Those are weird cities. And we have a split. We're getting Wake Forest and Henderson for US 1. 401's going to Rollsville and Lewisburg. We mean 540. East is going to Lewisburg and possibly the worst interstate in the US. And 1's going to Wake Forest. Here's our Wake Forest exit. North Carolina 98, exit 124. And let's see what we're signed for now. We shouldn't be signed for Wake Forest anymore. But we get 1 South Raleigh, 1 North Henderson. Oh, don't know about that, but we can talk about it soon. And we mean Business US 1, I think, which does go to Henderson. Don't really know, not familiar with North Carolina. But we mean 158, and going straight ahead, you'll be on I-85. And yes, there is mention for that, but just forgot to take a photo of it. We're going to follow 158 East. With 158, we are in a bit of a roller coaster situation here with US 1 as well. And we're meeting I-85 properly for Middleburg is our direction in Petersburg, which should be Richmond. Why Middleburg? And we meet US 401 as 158 will now leave us to go to the Outer Banks, so that's cool. And on an I-85 exit, we just get 1 and 401 south, so no proper control city, so that's kind of weird. But behind that exit, there's this random police chase, and this van had to pull over, so I thought that was pretty funny. Why not take a photo of it? And we are going into Virginia. The Virginia welcome sign is down there, but I can't take a picture of it because it goes into 2007 Street View and it's not there. Right as soon as we get into Virginia, we cross this cool steel bridge right here, so nice swamp or river here. We are meeting US 58 right away, but we went to 58 west directions, not for us with 58. But on the mild sign, we get Southville, Richmond, and Norfolk. This is a perfect mild sign. I like it here. Alright, we split US 58. Even though it says 2 US 1, turn left is US 1 because it goes through the main part of South Hill. And here's downtown South Hill. Been mentioned on I-85, so here it is on US 1. And we made I-85 for Durham and Petersburg, so you can sign US 1 for Richmond, but you can't sign Richmond on I-85. Wow, this is pretty cool right here. This is like I-10 in New Orleans. This bridge through a swamp with a ton of trees. But on an I-85 exit, since we go pretty close to it, we are getting Alberta and Lawrenceville. Don't know about those. And we mean US 460 for Blackstone and Lynchburg in Petersburg. I mean, we're in the Petersburg area, so why not? And here it is in downtown Petersburg. So this is a pretty cool skyline here. And we mean US 301, we're going to turn left and stay concurrent with it, but US 1 is like ripped off or something, so that's pretty weird. And we cross the Appomattox River, I think that is. Yeah, I think I'm right. And we're going to be concurrent with 301. And we meet this 288 road, which will take us over to 95. Wow, we're near finally. And on this 288 road, we just get Route 1. It's obvious that we're on US 1 here, so we don't need a specific wordy thingy. And we are getting a pull through for 1 for Richmond, and get this 2 toll 895 for 95. And I like this, we get Tiger Chicken, and the sign overhead says Church's Chicken. And we meet US 360 at that Church's Chicken sign, and there aren't any control cities here. And here, a block later, we meet US 60. There's no mention of it, because don't know why. Then we cross this cool river, the James River. It's always pretty nice in Virginia. We have a cool skyline of downtown Richmond here. And here's another one. We're crossing over 195. And we have the nice view of downtown Richmond here. And we meet US 33 and 250. There aren't any mention, but this museum is a school. That's pretty weird. And we meet 95 finally. We haven't met it itself since Jacksonville. We're getting 64 and 95 Petersburg, Norfolk. And we have another 95 junction with 95 North, which takes us over to 295, and I'm assuming it should be signed for Washington. And we have 295 here for Rocky Mount, Norfolk, Charlotte, and Washington the other way. And random intersections, we get 1 left lane, 1 right lane. Okay. And we meet Virginia 30, which takes us over to Kings Dominion and 995. So those are pretty cool places over there. And I think this is on a county route. We get Richmond for south, where we just came from, and Fredericksburg for north. Alright. And we're meeting US 2017 for Newport News. I feel like if you went there, you would have taken 95 to 64. And here we do get some cool trees down here in this 4-lane road with US 17, or this might be 4. And we do have another I-95 junction, and on it we get 1 North Fredericksburg and 1 in 17 for Spotsylvania, where it just came from. And there is kind of a freeway here in Fredericksburg, but there's no major sign for this exit right here. And we cross the Rappahannock River, so we'll now be in the northern part of the U.S. with Civil War-ish stuff. And let's take a look at this. So 1 north is in a straight road, while 1 south is pretty curvy. I wonder what that is. And we get Garrisonville Road, turn left. Wonder what else is around here. Ah, the one Bob Evans that I stopped to on the way back from Myrtle Beach. It's a nice restaurant down in the south. And we get this cool military base right off US 1, so there's no street view for it, but that's cool. And we have another 95 junction for Washington, and 1 going to Lorton and Fort Belvoir. So those are sensible, I guess. And let's take a look at this too. 1 and 95 actually don't meet. They're just in a crazy configuration right here with the exit. And we meet Virginia 286, which will take us over to the Embassy Suites in Springfield. Talked about that in the 495 video. Speaking of that, we meet it right here for Baltimore and Richmond, and 1 north is for Alexandria, which we're kind of already in. And this is a complicated interchange here in Alexandria, but the Springfield interchange 8 miles down the road on 95 is the most complicated. And here's downtown Alexandria, Virginia. So this is a pretty cool town. We should be signed for Arlington out here. And in Arlington, we meet 233, which is signed east for the Reagan Airport, which is the hub of American Airlines. I have a ton of them. That would be 110 west for Roslyn and 66 west. And we're going to make the curve of 395 to go into DC. See, this is being posted on Saturday, and this is, I guess, typical Saturday evening traffic, I guess. And we're crossing the Potomac River to go into DC. And we're getting 1 for National Mall, 395 for the Wizards Arena. And we passed the Washington Monument when I was in DC. We passed this like 37,000 times. And we meet US 50 right here at Constitution Avenue. Wonder why it's not New York Avenue as it usually is for US 50. And we passed by the National Archives Museum, which I think is probably the worst museum I've been to in DC, honestly. But the Smithsonian Museum, on the other hand, is a perfect museum, and I highly recommend you go there if you're in the DC area. And here, the Wizards Arena, where the Celtics should always destroy the Wizards, and everyone else, especially the Cavs. And we are meeting US 29, which we will be covering in a couple days here, so we'll have DC stuff again. And here we cross into Maryland, but there's no welcome to Maryland sign, so of course Maryland has to be petty and not do that. And we get this 1 north turn left and 1 snow emergency route. Since when is there snow in Maryland? And on this interchange we get 1 north for Baltimore. I mean, you do meet 95, and 95 will get you over to Baltimore. And we meet 95 again for Richmond and Andrews. And north is probably going to be signed for Baltimore. This is out of College Park. And we, on a random intersection, we just get 212. They don't even mention US 1, even though 1 and 212 are current. And we get Ritz Way. I wonder if that goes to Ritzville. Yes, I'm talking about the one on I-90. And another interchange down, we get this weird intersection with 1 north and 1 south. It's like a diverging diamond, but not. And we mean 32 for Columbia and Fort Meade. Well, let's see what we get on here. I wonder. We're getting 1 south Laurel, where it just came from, and 1 north Elkridge. Elkridge, I wonder why Elkridge. It'll be 895 outside Baltimore. It's just signed for its tunnel. I feel like it should be affiliated in New York City. And we get all 695 coming up. Here we 195 before we get BWI Airport, which is sensible. It's the hub of Southwest Airlines. And we meet this 1 alt, which will head over to 695. But we're going to take this ramp on the right to stay on regular US 1. And on that, we cross under I-95, but we don't have an intersection with it, unfortunately. And we meet 695, which is signed for nothing. We just have an intersection of North 1695, so that's a bit of a shame. And right here, we go over the worst interstate in the interstate highway system. Well, it's unsigned anyway. Look at it right here. US 40 runs with it, and they took down a whole neighborhood just to build this. And it goes nowhere. Come on, Maryland. And we're on Fulton Avenue. So at least this is a better street than that disastrous US 40 freeway. And we get this 1. There's no arrow, but we're actually going to be turning right here for North Street. And we meet I-83. I feel like 83 North, we could just jump to make a gunshot for Harrisburg there. And we will be turning left. There's a cool bridge straight ahead, but unfortunately we'll turn left to save bypass US 40 here. And we meet 695 on the northern suburbs of Baltimore. It goes to Towson and Essex, but I feel it might be signed on the southern loop. And on 695 we're now going to Bel Air, which is sensible. If you were to go Philly, it would be faster to stay on 95. And we meet 43, which is signed for White Marsh. Let's take a look at this interchange. Wonder what it is. Oh, it's a weird one. So we have a New Jersey thing where you exit off and then it's like an intersection right there. Why is that? And Klosterman Avenue. Yep, Klosterman Avenue. And we meet Maryland 24, which goes to 95, Bel Air, and Edgewood. And we get nothing for straight ahead. Wonder what we would get. We're getting Forest Hill, Baltimore for 1 south, and Philadelphia for north. Whoa! Maryland, I thought that was against the law to sign that. Wow! And we're crossing the Susquehanna River. It looks like they're trying to build a new bridge here for US 1 here. And I think that is true. Here's another look at the Susquehanna River Bridge. It looks like they're trying to make it higher or something. It would be US 222, and we don't get a control city for a lot of these places. And right here, we just get one north and one south. At least it's just one US 1 city of shield instead of two. Oh no, welcome to Pennsylvania. Oh no, we just dealt with North Carolina, now we're dealing with Pennsylvania. Ah, PA, so right away at the first exit, this is actually a freeway in PA, and we get Oxford as our first, really? But however, on a different one, we get something that's kind of better than Oxford, we get nothing. And that's at least something. And then the main exit for Oxford, Kennett Square is now our next control city at 15. Come on. And we will jump ahead to Kennett Square for Highway 82. Also goes to Unionville, apparently. And on 82, we get nothing once again. Sign Philly. Come on, if you're not going to sign it, then sign Springfield. And we pass this Philly Botanical Gardens place, or some gardens, Longfellow Gardens or something. And we meet US 202, which I'll get to. US 322, there's like a ton of videos on. And there's not much of US 1. This sign isn't bad. We get 322 for Chester, should be Atlantic City, and media. What kind of technology is there? And we get Baltimore Pike for media, and 1 for Springfield. You know what? If you're not going to sign Philly, then Springfield's fine. Now we meet 476 for Plymouth Meeting, should be Allentown. Chester should be Baltimore, and 1 for Springfield. On 476, we get 1 for Lima, and Springfield. We're kind of already in Springfield, so you could do Philadelphia. But here, you can do Philadelphia, because if you were to go to Philadelphia on 476, it would be better to take 95. Then we meet US 30, which has 2 shields. Westbound 30 has a small shield, and eastbound US 30 has a big shield. And here's a cool church, your old place outside of the Philly area, so that's pretty cool. Then we meet I-76 for Valley Forge, no, should be Harrisburg. And we're going to kind of do a 76 for CeNtral, Philadelphia, and Roosevelt Expressway. And we get 76 East Central Philly, 1 for Roosevelt Boulevard. 1 goes around Philly, so we're going to follow 76. Here we go parallel to the Schuylkill River for most of it. 76 is run through Philly. And after that bridge, we get a stunning view of downtown Philadelphia. Again, I think it's like the second biggest city in the east. And we meet 676, which will follow next for Central Philly. Should be Central Philly, not Philly. Who's Philly? The 76 East should be Atlantic City. And as soon as we get off 576, we cross the Schuylkill River and go on the Vine Street Expressway. And we get off at the second exit on 676, and we will end right here at the Philadelphia City Hall. Alright, let's do the way it should be for US 1, specifically the central section, northbound. So for north, Wake Forest, Henderson, Southfield, McKinney, Petersburg, Chester, Richmond, Ashland, Spotsylvania, Fredericksburg, Stafford, Woodbridge, Lower Alexandria, Washington, College Park, Laurel, Elkridge, Baltimore, Parkville, Delaware, Oxford, and Philadelphia. Alright, let's do Dreamwise control cities for US 1 Central. So there's not a lot, so north will be Petersburg and Richmond, St. Louis, Richmond, Washington, Baltimore, and Philadelphia. Alright, US 29 on Monday, so we got a big one as well. We'll see you soon.